Up and down Britain, the NHS deals with more than 1 million patients every 36 hours. Each year, there are almost 10 million operations undertaken. It's a remarkable organisation, but it would struggle to function without one thing: donated by selfless volunteers. Blood.
Want to look the other way there? Yeah. Is that hurting too much?
No, that's fine.
Must tell me if it is.
Each year, the NHS gratefully receives almost 1 million litres of blood, donated by 1.5 million donors.
How does it feel, Verena, giving blood?
No, it feels fine.
It's not something that you or your family have needed?
Never. But you never know, do you?
No, absolutely not.
In Britain, there are 31 donation centres like this one, which is attached to Southmead Hospital in Bristol. And across the country, additional mobile units travel the length of the country collecting supplies.
Why do you do it?
Saving lives, basically. I can actually fit this in my lunch breaks and still get back to work and complete the toil, if you like.
What a hero. He's doing it in his lunch break. That's brilliant.
Donors can give blood if they're between 17 and 65 and weigh over 7 stone 12 pounds. You can give blood every 12 weeks for men and 16 for women, and it only takes 10 minutes to donate. But this is just the beginning of a massive logistical operation. Now the donated blood has to be screened, tested, packaged and distributed. But it's all got to be done quickly. Even if it's refrigerated, blood is good for just 35 days. And so, across Britain, there are 8 blood processing factories and 5 testing centres. And the biggest of these, in fact the largest facility of its kind in the world, is Filton Blood Factory, here in Bristol.
Look at the size of this place. Here they package and process up to 850,000 blood donations in a year, which then get distributed to hospitals up and down the country.
Operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Filton supplies 100 hospitals across England and North Wales.
There's the grouping side. That's to test your blood group. If you're an established donor, we'll just run you through once because we've got your blood group on record. If you've never given blood before, which is around about 12 to 13% of the population, then we'll do it twice and make sure that they both match.
This is the lab where they do the testing. Vital screening for numerous viruses.
The 3 main viruses that we test for are hepatitis B, hepatitis C and HIV. They're the 3 that can be transmitted by blood and if so could cause problems to the recipient.
I think for most people, their primary concern about giving blood and receiving blood is safety. So this is the most important lab to them.
It is. We can't get it wrong. It's got to be safe.
We all fall into one of 4 main blood groups: O, A, B or AB. Each of these groups can either be rhesus positive or rhesus negative. 44% of people in Britain will be blood group O. 42% are A. The rarer groups are B with 10% and blood group AB belongs to just 4% of the population. In case there's a spike in demand, they hold reserves of each blood type.
A couple of weeks ago, we had people from the MOD coming in and telling us what an important job we are doing and how we are affecting the blood supply in places like Afghanistan and Iraq. So that felt really nice.
It's amazing to think that when we donate blood, it can end up going all over the world. But the vast majority of it is used closer to home. In Britain, around 9,000 blood transfusions are carried out every day.
It is fantastic, is the right word, and deeply reassuring.
Good.
At Southmead Hospital in Bristol, I'm meeting Michael Paraskiva, whose very life depends upon donor blood.
Hi, Michael.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
So how often do you come here?
Every 4 weeks.
And you're not giving blood, you're
No.
receiving blood?
Yeah, for a blood disorder that I've got called thalassemia. Basically, when my red blood cells don't reproduce themselves, So I need to have 3 units of blood every 4 weeks in order to survive, basically. So it takes about 6 hours.
And how long have you had the condition?
That's all my life.
So you've been doing this your entire life?
Yeah.
And you must know everybody here.
Yeah, I've been coming here, for 20 years.
And what would happen if you didn't get the blood?
Leading up to the transfusion, when I need the blood, then I know I need it because I'm tired and achy and just a bit energyless. And then that would continue if I didn't get the blood.
So ultimately you die if you didn't get the blood?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm grateful, especially obviously coming up and getting 3 pints of other people's blood.
And grateful to all the donors out there?
Definitely, yeah.
Usually you think about blood circulating around the body, but when you see a place like this, you consider the size and the complexity of the operation to circulate donated blood around the country.
The blood processed at Filton is shipped around the country by a fleet of trucks.
But at weekends or in an emergency, the NHS relies on a team of volunteer motorcycle couriers. A bike can get to its destination quickly, and this is a service that costs the NHS nothing. In Glasgow, I'm meeting up with Jason, Kenny and Sarah Jane. They belong to a group of volunteer blood bikers on call 24 hours a day to keep Scotland's hospitals supplied.
We're the invisible people, people just assume when they go to hospital that particular building has everything it needs, when in fact it can be spread out over 20-30 miles and there's no transport infrastructure necessary to get things from A to B.
What you've done is you've identified a need and also identified the fact that bikers will go for a ride for any reason at all. This is just an excuse for long rides.
No.
To get out. Come on.
It isn't really about the bikes. The reason we all volunteer and the reason we started this in the first place is to benefit the NHS.
There are 20 blood bike charities in Britain with hundreds of riders ready to respond. It's a service that's been running for over 40 years. This team in Glasgow is made up of 15 bikers sharing a fleet of 5 motorcycles. And there's something they've recently started to deliver that's making a big difference to many people's lives. Donated breast milk. Some maternity nurses use it to help premature babies during their first weeks, because breast milk helps develop a baby's immune system, reducing the risk of allergies and infections. The first milk bank opened 75 years ago, and there are now 17 in Britain. As I'm a biker myself, I've signed up to help collect supplies for Scotland's breast milk bank, located at Glasgow's York Hill Hospital. Debbie Barnett is the milk bank coordinator. So looking at babies that are premature specifically, what is it about donor milk that could help them?
It's much easier for these babies to digest breast milk, and there is evidence that shows that we can get these babies feeding more quickly, we can hopefully get them home a bit more quickly.
I can only imagine that it is valuable, otherwise you wouldn't be sending men in high-vis all over Scotland. We've been sent to collect a supply of milk from a donor mum.
For those of you who've never ridden a motorbike, the advantages are clear. If this was an emergency and we needed to get something vital somewhere in a hurry, I would just be going straight through this.
Hello, you must be Lynette.
Yes,
And is this Logan?
it is.
You are gorgeous.
Get some filled ones from your fridge.
Yeah.
Do you want me to...
Lynette makes sure Logan has all the milk he needs, and the rest she expresses and stores in sterile bottles in the freezer. To be a breast milk donor, your baby needs to be less than 6 months old when you start to donate. Your caffeine and alcohol intake has to be moderate, and you can't smoke or be on medication. Left holding the baby, literally left holding the baby. Do you ever think about the end user of this milk and what it means to them?
Yeah, to think about sort of the little babies who might well be benefiting from it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a nice thought to think that you could be helping
a little sick baby. Yeah, I think that is nice.
Once we've got the milk we need, our work here is done.
Thank you so much, Lynette.
No problem.
Bye-bye, Logan.
No problem.
If I say to my wife, darling, I'd just like to go out on a motorcycle for a bit, she won't be all that impressed. But if I say to her, darling, I have to deliver milk to premature babies that need it, she's got to let me go.
Lynette's milk will be screened, pasteurised and stored back at the breast milk bank until it's needed to help a premature baby somewhere in Scotland. Babies like Rowan and Richard Hill's triplets. They were the first babies born at Ninewells Hospital in Dundee to receive donor breast milk.
They spent the first 2 weeks of their life in incubators, being fed through tubes and being assisted with the breathing and on drips and everything else. It was quite emotional really to see it.
Seeing your babies in incubators, as tiny as they were, with all these wires and oxygen, and it's really scary. With them being so early, my body wasn't ready for them to be here yet, so it took a while for my milk to come through. So with having the donor milk, it took all that pressure off, and I knew that they were getting the right vitamins and protein that they needed. It was amazing that we had the donor milk, and we couldn't have asked for more with them.
The only thing that scares me is knowing that I'm being trusted with 3 small babies, but they'll turn out alright.
And thanks to the donor milk and the support they've received here, babies Oliver, Amelia and Joseph are now ready to leave hospital.